was talking to a customer the other day and they asked me, look, I don't care what you guys do, but how do I get more leads and how do I get more customers for my business? And I said, well, are you in this for the long term or are you in this for the short term? Of course, the answer is the long term. I said, well, so we've got to think about long term and short term because you just can't run your business in the short term. You have to think about the long game. And I said, the key, and it's helping everyone, is you need to start to tell your story. And your story needs to come out organically, meaning we don't need to push this with ads or any sort of mechanical components. You need to just be honest with your community. Tell people what you're doing. And it needs to be consistent because if you're not doing that, then how do we even know you're there? And for the long term, every story counts against your long term objective, which is to become valuable. Now, in the short term, what we'll learn from that is that certain stories will resonate. Some stories will go by people and they won't ignore or they will not take advantage of what you're telling. And then some stories, which uniquely to you don't sound that interesting, but maybe for customers who don't necessarily think the same way you do, that story was absolutely amazing. And that story gets promoted by the algorithms of Facebook and TikTok and all the rest of these social media platforms because they recognize interest. So when you find your interest, that's when you use that piece of content as an ad because it's already been pre-tested by the algorithms. So short term and long term, absolutely important on both sides, but use the learning from the short term for the long term.